What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. So I am feeling good today, real good. I just had an amazing workout. Yo, pro tip for you guys. If you've got a little bit of equipment, instead of working out at home, try going out and working out in the middle of a park where there's like people walking around, and I swear you will work out like 5 times harder because there's an audience. Like, I just went to the middle of this park that was kind of busy, a lot of people walking their dogs, a lot of cute girls walking around, and I swear I was like cranking out kettlebell swings like I never have before. It was amazing. Anyway, let's get into this video. You saw the title, you know what it's about. This is about managing your mental health among this COVID-19 pandemic. So this video is kind of inspired by my own experience when this like initially started, because I found myself constantly having like a bit of anxiety around the whole situation, because with this disease there is just so much uncertainty that we don't know how fast it spreads. We don't know like how many people have it and don't get symptoms, and all this uncertainty leads to worry, which leads to anxiety, and it was stressing me out. And it took me a while to like realize what exactly was stressing me out, but I think I've got it figured out now, and I'm gonna give you guys some tips with what helped me reduce my anxiety and just clean up the mind so I feel better in my everyday life. Okay, so I figured out the number one reason I was getting so stressed out was overconsumption of news and media related to the pandemic. I was checking the news and Reddit and social media like 10 times a day. And every time I read something negative, my anxiety and stress levels would just go up a little bit. And then all that kind of compounded until I was just like super stressed out and I could barely even sleep at night. And I realized I needed to like put some rules in place. So that's gonna be tip number 1. Limit your consumption of news related to COVID-19 to 1 time per day in the morning. I say in the morning because if you do this at night, there's a tendency to get a little bit stressed out, and that might hinder your sleep. So the morning I found is best for me. Also, I only do it once every 2 days. I almost feel like every single day is overkill. So the key here is finding the right balance between being informed and understanding that you have all the information you need to minimize your own risk. And consuming more media related to it is gonna do more harm to your own mental health than good. So every 2 days or so, first thing in the morning while I'm drinking my cup of coffee, I'll pull up the latest numbers on COVID-19 and I'll see if the CDC made any more announcements on something we're supposed to be doing, and then I'll close it up, leave it at that, and then no more news for another 2 days. So what else can you be doing to get your mind right during this quarantine? Now, let me first explain what I consider the 4 pillars of health. So think of this as like 4 legs on a chair, and if you knock one of them out, your health's going down. What are these 4 pillars? Diet, exercise, sleep, and your mental health. If you knock one of these out, then the whole thing comes tumbling down, because they're all very interrelated to each other. If you get a bad night's sleep, then you're probably gonna feel like shit the next day, physically and mentally. So besides your mental health, you wanna make sure these other 3 pillars are on point. So with regards to your diet, you wanna make sure you're eating healthy, whatever that means for you. You wanna make sure you're minimizing how much you're snacking, because that's so easy now that we're all just sitting at home. And you wanna make sure you're drinking enough water. And then there's exercise. You wanna make sure you're getting some form of exercise every day, whether that just be a walk or maybe you're doing a home workout. And then finally, sleep. You just wanna make sure you're getting sufficient enough sleep. And that's usually 7 to 8 hours a night is good for most people. Speaking of walks, that brings me to tip number 3, and that is go for walks. And better yet, go for walks without your cell phone. I find this simple act of leaving your cell phone at home puts you in a different mindset than if you had it in your pocket. You know, there's not going to be any calls, any messages, nothing to distract you while you're going on this walk. The only thing there is to do is to just be present, listen to the birds chirping, feel the sunlight on your skin, and there's some sort of intangible benefit that you get from this undistracted awareness of your surroundings that is just so positive for your mental health. And that actually brings me to tip number 4. You can achieve this undistracted sense of awareness through meditation as well. I think meditation is one of the best things I've done for my mental health in this past couple years. The things you learn from meditation really translate into the rest of your life. Like that undistracted sense of awareness I was talking about on my walk, I'm probably only able to achieve this state of mind because of meditation, because I'm able to just calm the chatter of my mind and just be aware of my surroundings. So if meditation is something that you've never tried before, I really invite you to give it a try. There's tons of apps out nowadays that make it really easy for anyone to just get started, and all you really need is like 10 minutes a day to make a meaningful impact on your mental health. And that brings me to tip number 5, and that is video chat with your friends and family. Humans are really social creatures, and with this quarantine in place, it makes it a lot harder to socialize with people. So I find that video chatting with my friends and my family helps to get me out of my own mind and make me not as lonely, and it just has a really positive impact on my mental health and the mental health of your friends and family. So give it a try. Okay, those are the main ones. I got a few extras for you. So if you're bored constantly, maybe try to learn something new. There's tons of free classes online that you can take. That's one option. Or maybe learn a new hobby or skill. These things I find when you progress at something, it really helps to give you this sense of fulfillment and accomplishment, and that can also make a positive impact on your mental health. So instead of just watching Netflix all day or watching YouTube, unless it's my YouTube, you can watch that. Maybe try to learn something new or to develop a hobby or something like that. Finally, I found it kind of helpful to try to limit my alcohol consumption. Something about being stuck at home all day makes it a lot easier to just drink in the evenings. I know I'm guilty of kind of raising my alcohol consumption ever since this quarantine started, but I've been a bit more conscientious of it lately because I find that it can just make me far less productive and then just lead to me feeling worse about myself. So try to limit your alcohol consumption. Alright guys, that's all the tips I got for you today. I guarantee if you follow all this advice, or even just some of it, you're going to see a positive impact on your own mental health. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm, so YouTube will recommend it to more people. And if you want to see more videos from me, subscribe. Also, here are 2 of my latest videos. Bam, bam. And until the next video, stay healthy guys. We're gonna get through this. Bye.